Hello and welcome to day 3 of movement and mind reset for scuba divers. And I've got to say, day 1 and day 2, we went great. Just a little over time. So today I've got my little guidance and I'm gonna be checking that I'm not speaking too much. It's one of those things. I've been teaching scuba diving for many years and I always end up chit-chatting too much. Seems to be a thing that I carry into everything I do. Anyway, welcome to Hip Day. Yay! No one ever said in life. But we're building from the ground up, and unfortunately hips, they carry lots of our stress in our daily life, and they also, as we free them, we're gonna free our feelings. A lot of times we say if you have pain in the hips or like lower back, obviously the body is a chain, like one thing impacts the other. Basically, that's where we carry stress. So maybe today is not gonna be your favorite day, but it's going to be a day you're gonna really feel happy about doing. We're going to be strengthening our glutes, our other hips, our hip stabilizers, and if all of this is like, I have no idea where these body parts are, don't worry, you're gonna feel them. And on the stretching side of things, we'll be kind of doing like our hip flexors, our piriformis, all of the things that, again, if anatomy wasn't your thing, it isn't my thing. It's only been my thing in the last couple of years. You learn that there's little muscles that move all of your body all through the day. We're gonna try to think them all. And again, like always, reminders, safety check, make sure that anything that doesn't feel quite right, we kind of can come back and wait to move on to the next thing. The same way, like if the day isn't good for diving and you're like, I'm not doing this, it's completely a good decision to make. And the second thing to keep in mind as we move through the flow, be mindful whether you need any additional tools or elements that might be a bit helpful. We can use a little bit of a block today. So if you have one or someone in your house is doing yoga or a book or even like a cushion or, I don't know, beanbag if you're on the beach, you can just put it on the side. Anyway, starting from the beginning, like always, please come back to the towel mat or whatever you've chosen to sit on today into a comfortable position. And I have promised that I'm gonna stick to the 15 minutes. So let's do it. Close your eyes. Connect to your breath. Envision and imagine yourself with every breath that you send it to a part of your body. And let's start with the toes. Inhale your breath in and push it down to your toes. And the next one you take in, continue moving up, building through the legs. We've already given them lots of work yesterday. They might feel a little achy, so send them lots of love by breathing into them. Come up to the hips and start getting them ready. Send them lots of love. And go up from them and go into the low waist. Next breath goes to our abs. We'll be working on them tomorrow, so start getting them kind of tuned in. Then we move upward, lift through the chest, open up through the shoulders and the arms. Take a breath and send it into them. And as we come up, the last breath, take and send it to your mind and smile. It's insane how impactful our body movement is on our feelings. So as you take that last sip of breath and take it with joy, you're gonna feel it. And as we do so, we're gonna start by bringing our chin to our chest, start moving mindfully and slowly warming up through the neck. Roll your shoulders a little different, eh? Back. Roll them forward. Inhale, press up. Exhale, roll it up. Inhale, move with your breath. You already know it. And look, we're day 3 and you're already on autonomous cat-cow mover, hey? From here, we're gonna flip onto our tabletop position. Come up. And we're going to move slowly from tabletop. And we're gonna lift our left leg, just so you can see it better. I'm gonna shift in a moment, and we're gonna extend it behind us. Now, when this happens, I would like to invite you to make sure that you're not dumping into your hands. So press firmly, engage the core, lift the leg up, squeeze the glutes. We already used them a little yesterday. Now we're gonna continue working with them, and we're gonna start lifting, rounding to the side. You're gonna bring the leg as if you want to touch it towards your elbow, and then bring it back down to where it started. Inhale, extend it behind you. Exhale, shift it to the side and start rolling it in. Slow and mindful movement. We're currently moving our hip, like our leg, through our highest, like fullest range of motion available at this time of day. And then come back to the center, drop that leg, extend the opposite leg, squeeze the glute. Inhale the leg, bring it across. Imagine you want to touch your elbow and expand it back out. Keep breathing. Oh, that feels good, eh? Okay, and on the next one, press both of your feet back up, come into a plank, and slowly, slowly make your way into a downward dog. We already know the calf raises, so we're going to start doing them together. Lift up and back down. Lift up and back down. Lift up, shift to one side, and hopefully you might even start to feel different than a couple of days back. Inhale, and I'm gonna give you a little challenge. We're gonna lift our right leg up, and as I do so, make sure that you're still kind of pressing firmly, your tailbone's up. All I'm moving is the leg. And when I'm moving it, squeezing it in. So my hips are not opening. I'm gonna keep it in line. And I'm gonna try to bring it. And I'm gonna say as high as I can. If you can, step it straight in. If you feel like this is like, oh my God, how can I do this? Step it anywhere you need, and then just walk it up. Here, different levels of difficulty. If you want, you can bring your knee down If you feel like I'm feeling really strong, stay with me. We're gonna press into the balls of the feet. We're gonna raise from the center up, and we're gonna raise the arms. High lunge. Lower back down the arms. Inhale the leg up. And this time, instead of in between, bring it on the outside. And again, wherever the outside is, just keep shuffle, 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 shuffle. Now here, we're going to be doing a lot of hip opening. So you can stay as high as you need to, or if it feels very challenging, you can lower the back leg and stay up. This is lizard lunge. You look like a little lizard. I live in Canary Islands, so we see lots of them. It makes me always giggle. We lift up. Oh, God. And you're like, why do I need to do all of this for scuba diving? Well, there's certain parts of the body, and like we said, it's a chain, that actually impact all the rest. So if my hips are feeling happy, then by probabilities, the chain before and after will feel happy. And before chain is my lower back, and we all know as divers how compressed that gets. So actually, having strong hips and also having a bit more flexibility in that area allows that the upper chain feels already better. Yeah, so from here, we're gonna come back. Inhale your leg. We're gonna slowly shift into our three-legged dog. And if this is a lot, just come back to a quick child pose emergency. And you can relax your head for a second. And we're gonna do the same on the other side. Inhale, press up. From here, push yourself back into downward dog. Lift the tailbone, lift the left leg up. Make sure that you squeeze it up and inhale it. And we're gonna shift it forward. Again, diver's choice. Stay down, and you can bring your hands up. You're gonna notice the opening of the hip flexors. Alternatively, if you feel strong, press on the back leg and extend it fully. Again, you're gonna notice the hip extension. Place your hands back down, inhale the leg up, and this time bring it on the outside. If you want to drop the back leg, please do. If this feels good, you can stay here, and we're gonna stay for about 30 seconds, methodologically said, in about 5 breaths. And alternatively, if it feels good, you can also either use a block to lower yourself down to something higher, or if you feel comfortable, you can lower yourself down completely. Make sure that if you've got the back leg down, it doesn't impact any part of your lower spine, like it feels good. Or you can lift it up. Keep coming back to the thought of the ocean. As I'm doing this, I can hear the ocean and I can see it just in front of me, so it's quite cool. From here, we're going to again lift up, three-legged dog, and then drop that leg back down. Good. We've learned now 2 things. High lunge and lizard. Now we go into the pigeons. For this, and we're gonna look into what are the benefits, but we're gonna notice that a lot of times after kicking, moving, sitting with the cylinder, like standing, we've got all of this kind of painful, like, oh God, my hips are not quite right. Well, we're gonna work on that. To be able to come into a pigeon, there's different ways in. We're gonna choose the easy one in. So in this case, from a tabletop position, just lift any leg. Let's go with the right one, and bring your knee close to your right wrist. As you do so, I'm gonna shuffle, shuffle, shuffle my back leg, in this case my left leg. Now here comes one of the many things that we were saying, that it could be right, it could be wrong, it could be in any, depending on your body type and shape. For me, there is no human way I can bring my shin parallel to the front of the mat, which is how we normally see it in like Instagram yoga. Even if I was to bring like 17 blocks, I would still be like falling over to my right hand side. So for me, without having, without doing, you know, injuring my knee, it's impossible at this moment in my life to bring my foot forward. So I'm gonna keep it where it is, but what I'm gonna do is make sure that I actually am going to center myself over it, and I'm gonna lean over, straight over it without falling to the side. As I do so, I'm going to notice a couple of things. I should be able to lift and stay just by pressing into the ground. That means my muscles are actually engaged and they keep me there. As I relax forward, I'm gonna start feeling the stretch in my piriformis, which is that little muscle that getting frustrated when we're constantly carrying heavy stuff around and sitting on our knees for a very long time. So from here, we're gonna take our moment into the stretch and enjoy it. If you feel like a pigeon, good. And if you don't, we're gonna need to do it on the other side as well, so you might do by the end of it. Press onto your hands, come back up. Lift, press it on your toes on the back leg, lift it up, and switch. If you want a bit of a different entry to it, you can always push yourself into a downward dog, stretch a little bit. At this point, if you've done one leg, you should notice the difference in one side. And then you can inhale your way to bring your left knee over to your left arm. Slide your back leg back. Make sure that you don't fall. If you need to get a block to keep you up, then you can. Alternatively, start folding forward, stretching through the back. I definitely recommend doing this anywhere on the beach. Like, it actually feels like you can stay in the posture for a very long time. Like listening to the ocean at the minute, you probably are hearing it as well for the duration of all of the videos. And it's been quite funny because it's been like first raining, then like smashing waves, and now it's just like really peaceful. So it brings a lot of joy to the soul when you do this. From here, we're gonna press back up. Again, if you have any props, move them away and lift through the back toes. Inhale, come back up and come into a downward dog. If you were coming from a tabletop, then you can come from a tabletop, and then we're gonna lower ourselves down. And as I promised, I'm gonna check my script. Otherwise, I might overrun like 3.5 days over. So you're gonna see I've got a very professional script. By the way, as you know, in scuba teaching, we also use, yeah, I'm good. I think I'm late already, but that's okay. We'll deal with it later. Good. So final thing we're gonna do is we're gonna come into a butterfly pose. And this is one of my many nemesis along the years because we aim, and it's a very visual way of imagining this pose, we aim to open up the hips by using the strength of the glutes. So now I'm gonna need to activate and engage so that I can open. Well, If I actively do this within my body and I keep the soles of the feet together, imagine that you want to read a book. So you've got your soles of the feet together. They could be as far away as needed or as close as you can get them. Now, the closer they are, the more you're gonna see that your knees are lifted up. In this case, I imagine that I've got a book in here. I can read from my book. Maybe I'm reading the open water, I don't know. If you're already on open water, then you're reading the advanced, or maybe you've decided you're gonna go for dive master, you're reading your book or your tablet. And at this point, you're gonna inhale to raise through the center, the same like we've been raising before. And you're gonna actively engage the muscles on your glutes. For me, this looks like this. At this point, I'm nowhere near the ground, which is okay. I can either use a block to support me on the sides, or I can just continue working with my mind and body to press my feet down. There's a dynamic version of this posture in which I fly my wings. I can move up and down, or I can statically stay here, pressing up and down, pressing up and my chest up and through, and then my hips open and down. The closer you bring your feet, the more challenging it is. If you do this, I mean, it takes quite a while. If your feet, if your legs are like up here, don't worry, they will come down. Oh, here we go. The rain's back. I can't fly. My butterfly isn't gonna be flying. Okay. Take another breath in here. Move any props out of the way if needed. And we're gonna find our way to the floor. At this point, we're going to start shifting into a position in which we're gonna start releasing. So bring your heels on the floor. Any point that you're feeling any lower back pain or lower back like pressure, you can always come into this position, which is kind of a restorative savasana, or like that's the most popular, like the most famous yoga pose in which we kind of relax. But in this case, we're gonna aim to first bring ourselves into a figure four. Left leg stays on the floor, right leg goes, right ankle goes across over the knee, and I'm gonna actively pull it in. From here, arms cross under, I can grab the top of the knee, both feet, keep them engaged, so they can be either flexed or pointed, ideally flexed. I mean, you can point them, but we can flex them as well. Any activity, but they need to be active. And kind of bring them in. You're gonna start noticing and feeling the stretch and release on the outside hips. You can shuffle a little bit side to side. And when you're done with shuffling, just let yourself fall towards the left, open up towards the right. Take this moment to thank yourself that you're nearly halfway through. And it's really cool because at this point, tomorrow we'll be moving into abs, like core and like the mid body, the one that we actually really need to train, not only for diving, but for anything in life. So you've already done nearly half of the work, or like half of your body, and you know how to take care of it better than you did 3 days ago. Inhale back to center. Switch the legs, bring both of them down for a moment. You can do a windshield wiper, so bring them wide as the mat, and then drop them one side, drop them the other. One, and then the other. Come back to center, right leg stays, left leg lifts, ankle goes on top of the knee. Actively bring them towards your chest, arms. We're gonna thread through. You can grab either on the outside of the knee, keep the feet either flexed or pointed, or if this is too much, then you can just grab here. In a more active way, you can also press your hip out. In this case, we're gonna take life slowly and gently. We're doing mild and gentle releases. And on the next time you're finished with wobbling side to side, bring your feet down, open up through the other side. Hopefully, by this point, you would be feeling the difference, because even me, like from the beginning until now, I can see the difference in how much I can twist, how much and how important a warm up or a stretch can be, and how important it is to look after the body as a whole rather than, I only do this certain activity at this certain amount of time and that's it. So here we're going to come back up to center, bring both of your legs in your chest, do a little roll up and back, up and down. It feels really good on the spine. And as you do the final roll, we're gonna come back into a seated position. Today has been a crazy day. It's now raining again, so we're feeling like this is a movement and mind underwater experience. But now I would like to welcome you first to thank yourself for jumping on the mat, towel, anything of your choice today. But also, please come back to the moment of stillness and take the opportunity to reconnect with your breath. We've been sending it as we warmed up, we've been sending it to different parts of the body. Now, the same way like we do a body check, and when we finish the end of the dive, we kind of do a debrief of how it all went. I invite you to see if there's any differences between how you felt at the beginning and how you feel now. It's just noting it. You don't need to judge it. There's no better or worse. It will be different. But see how you feel. And like always, safety stop moment. I would like to invite you to think of a word that describes how you feel now and what you want to take with you through the rest of the day and on your next dive. For me, I would like to invite you to think about the word of presence. And it's been 3 days, and many times we want to get the result straight away. And it takes a bit of time. And you have been present. You have now been working 3 days into your better self as a diver and as a person, and in your better health. So thank you so much for being present. I think you should thank yourself for being present and take this presence with you in the rest of the day. And I'll see you again tomorrow for day 4.